Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be pulling the gas tank off of this Vulcan 1600 04 model. Alright, with that said, let me go ahead and get my Allen wrenches and go ahead and remove the cover here. And I got two 12mm bolts here. Get in there, and I think there's a bolt on the front side. I'm not 100% sure. And fuel pump, and there's going to be a fuel line hose underneath there that I got to take off, along with some other stuff. And this is my first time removing a gas tank on a 1600, so I got a feeling it's going to take me a little time to do. All right, let's get started. I have got the tank taken off. It was a lot easier to take off than what I was thinking. You got 3 bolts that holds it down, and you got your fuel pump wire. Well, that's going to be for your fuel gauge, and this is your fuel pump wire. Anyway, right in here, let me get it to the light, that way y'all can see it a lot better. Yes, if you look right in here, there's the leak right there. Yep. Y'all see how the paint is wrinkled real bad from here to here? Make sure the camera is at that right angle, hopefully. But yeah, right there's the leak. And getting the fuel pump off of it, I need to pull the fuel gauge, fuel pump, take a look at everything. Another thing too, you had a vent back here in the back and a vent in the front. And once you get them all taken off, you can just lift the tank right off. Yeah. I wonder if somebody has messed with this one time before. Because that's supposed to be tight right there. You know, tied up in there, like so. I'm just wondering. And see, the other day I was feeling of some stuff. Right there, that's what I was feeling of the other day when I was doing my first video of this. It's silicone. All right, well, let me get this fuel pump pulled off and everything, and get everything going. Yeah, it's a nice day to ride. And I'm working on the motorcycle. Yeah, you definitely see, I feel like the main leak is going to be right there. And if it ain't too bad rusty in there, folks, I'm here to tell you, I got a little bit of red coat, and I think that I can get that right there fixed up pretty quickly. But the only problem is when you put that red coat in, you got to let it set for 24 hours after you put it in. Or you know, get through with it. It needs to set for 24 hours for that stuff to cure. And like I said, and too, there's another thing I need to point out. With that red coat, if a paint job has been on the bike for a while, or on the tank, should I say, it'd be okay to put that red coat in there. But now, if it's a new, freshly painted tank, do not put that red coat in, because the fumes, just the fumes off of that red coat will wrinkle that paint, especially around the gas cap. It will wrinkle. Matter of fact, I need to clean all that too. Take the air hose, blow all that off, remove the cap. Okay, but anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that that tank was a lot easier to take off than what I was thinking it was gonna be. Okay, let me get the stuff taken apart off of it. Okay, I got the fuel gauge out and the fuel pump out, and I went ahead and plugged to block that hole off. I'm fixing to start cleaning this tank, and what I'm going to clean it with is Dawn dishwashing liquid and water. I tried to use this right here so I can get in there and then look at the back, and yeah, that don't work. That don't work at all. That good. Anyway, I got that plugged off. I was going to show y'all what the inside of the tank looks like, but I got sidetracked, and next thing I know, I'm getting this plug put in, and it's like, well, I might as well go ahead and get it put in and be done with it to begin with. And as you can tell, we got a lawnmower out here in the back running. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put my radiator, my radiator plug in. This is a plug I used before because that's for some of that red coat right there that's on it. Anyway, I just shoved that in there. That's good enough. Tighten it down. And make sure it dims down. One other thing. I need to remove this cap right here. I need to blow, let me blow that off first. I can leave the key in it. Okay, Yeah. Vent, hose, 2 Phillips screws. Cut the air back off, there ain't no needing it being on. Now let's see how much of a job it's going to be to remove. I know this video's gonna get long. I'm gonna have to shorten it up some, because I got a feeling it's gonna be just a little bit too long, because I still got a lot to do. Okay, anyway, get them screws out. Next you see is me putting the Dawn dishwasher liquid in the water in the tank. Okay, I have got my tank sitting on a piece of carpet, and the reason why I done that is because when I sloshed the tank back and forth to break some of that little bit of rust loose, I don't want this concrete chipping my paint. I made that mistake on that Honda 750 Ace Deluxe. I chipped the paint a little bit. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is show you how much roughly how much to use of the Dawn dishwashing liquid in here. And I got just a paint cap, and what you want to do is probably roughly on the inside this top level, just give you some kind of idea. It's not a whole lot, but it'll be about right there like that. Okay, now go ahead, pour that into the tank. And the reason why I like to use that Dawn dishwashing liquid is it knocks the fumes out real quickly. You don't have anything flammable in it once you wash it a couple of times. Anyway, and two, it will not hurt your environment. Okay. Now I got the water turned on. Let's see. Put a little bit of water in here, kind of rinse that in there. Yeah, you'll see this stuff get real sudsy in just a little bit. Ooh, that bad gas smell. Old gas smell. I bet you I didn't have my camera angle right with the crap. Let's see. Go ahead and pour all that in there. Okay. See, back when I used to do this a long time ago, what we do is stick a pressure washer in there. But I don't even want to fool with the pressure washer, because this tank is not as bad on the inside as I was thinking it was going to be. All right, let's see. And two, you know, when I was looking at this right here earlier, I really don't see no holes. I'm wondering if it's the weld right there is what was causing it to seep, was the weld itself. Because the tank don't look that bad inside. It looks pretty good. And this is what I'm talking about when you slosh the tank around. Because what it is, you want to get that Dawn dishwashing liquid to scratch all them fumes out of it, so to speak. Not to mention break that rust loose also, that little bit of rust. I seen just a little bit of surface rust in there. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I still smell that old gas. I'm probably gonna have to do this 2, maybe 3 times. Yep. All right. Okay, now what you want to do after you done rinsed out one time, what you want to do is get as much of the soap suds out of it as possible. In other words, it requires filling it up a few times, dumping the water, filling it up, dump the water. To get as much of that Dawn dishwashing liquid out of the tank. And you see it don't take long to fill up. Let's see. I might have it. Let's see. What it is, I got my camera set up on the wrong side. I should have had the camera set up over here on this side. Well, that's okay. But surprisingly, this tank is in better shape than what I was thinking. Okay, now what I want to do is take the tank, shake it around some. and see if I see any soap suds in there. And no soap suds, I see a little bit right there. Wash this tank again, and I think we'll be good to go till I can start drying it. Okay. Now, what I'm fixing to do, I got me a heat gun. It's 2 positions. You got a low and a high. What I'm gonna do is do it on low. That way I don't take a chance on messing the paint up or anything. I think I'm gonna have to lay this tank down. Yeah, let me lay this tank down. That way, yeah, see the water right there? I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there's water in there. And what I need to do is evaporate all that water, because that gas tank liner will not stick to any moisture or water. It's got a noise to it, don't it? All right. Yeah, I feel like I got the tank dry enough now to where I can go ahead and put my liner in. I can't quite touch everything inside there, but what I can touch, it feels dry. It's powdery and all. Now, I wish I had my other blower. Because the thing is, I don't have but just a little bit of red coat, and you see, barely see, it's a RED-KOTE fuel tank liner by Diamond Industries. Anyway, this is some old stuff I've had since I was done the 750 Honda Ace Deluxe. Anyway, what you can do, you can mix MEK in there to thin it out. And Let's see if I can get this off. Yeah. The thing is, the other day I checked on it, and I could see that it was a little thick in there, and I mixed some MEK with it to thin it out. I wish I had a cup. That way I could pour it in a lot easier. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started. I know that they ain't enough in there. My can is about, I roughly got about that much in here. But my main goal is sealing this back here. Everything else inside this tank is good, except for that back. So I should have a plenty. All right, let's get this poured in. And if you notice, when I was drying the tank or getting the water out of it, there was a lot of water staying in it. Now this is the fun part of rolling the tank. Like I said, this is the fun part. And I mainly want to get this ridge done along with this back, because this is on the upper side. This right here stays in the gas and all. In other words, well, the whole daggum thing will stay in gas, but what I'm getting to is all the sediments and everything will settle on this side where the fuel pump and all is. And I want to keep all of that just as clean as possible and sealed. Put my plug in. All right, now, too bad I don't have a big radiator plug for like sealing off a semi radiator. Put some tape across that. And this is just temporarily right here, temporary. I'll get my words right in a minute. But I think y'all know what I'm talking about. And that way I can turn this tank on over and seal in here. Make sure that tape is stuck real good, especially right in there. Okay, now stand it up like this. Make sure that bottom gets coated real good down in there. And it's like I said, the main thing is I wanted to get this edge right here, because this is going to be the left side of the bike, or the kickstand side of it. I wish it was to where I could put something in there to where I could show y'all what's going on. But I don't have anything that I can stick in there. And there's one thing about it. You can tell right where that liner is. Because where the liner is, that tank gets ice cold. I mean, you can feel a big temperature drop in it. All right, now, let's see. I want to go ahead. I'm going to let it stand up for a minute or two. Then I'm going to turn it back over on its side to let it run down this edge right here. Yeah, but that's what that gas tank liner looks like. And I'm here to tell you, it is good stuff. But there's a setback to it. Ethanol, or not ethanol, but methanol, like racing methanol, that stuff, methanol will cut it. In other words, it'll break it loose. Gas won't affect it. You can put up to, excuse me, I think about 20%. I'm guessing at this now. I'm not 100% sure. I know 10% ain't going to affect it. 15 should not affect it. 20%, I don't think it would affect it. But to find out for sure, there is a 1-800 number on here. You can give them a call. There's something in here somewhere. Oh well, I don't have my glasses on either. But this is a 1 quart RED-KOTE, RED-KOTE, K-O-T-E. That's what I'm trying to say. Man, I'm tired. And sloshing that and moving that tank around and all, that'll wear you out. All right, well, let me get back to get this thing and get it turned. Now, get it on its side. Let that run down. And I tell you, wearing this helmet, it's a little warm. But that's the way I keep my hands free and show y'all what I'm doing. All right. Oh. But yeah, I can feel that red coat all the way down. On there. Okay, I'll be right back. Let's set this tank right there like that and let that edge get filled in good. Hey, I've been rolling this tank, well not rolling it, been working on this side, the left side, making sure the liner is good and thick on the left hand side. The right hand side I ain't too concerned with because it looks really good over there. Excuse me again. My nose running just a little bit every time I put the helmet on. But I wanted to show y'all this. I got good liner on that plug. Now let me remove this tape right here. See what it looks like underneath that tape. Yes. Yes. Oh, I don't want to pull none of that loose. I want to keep that on. Okay. Yes, definitely got the liner good on that corner, or this left side right here. And take the light. Yes, you can definitely see it's in there. There's where it stopped. Trying to make sure. Yeah, got some up on that edge. All right. And there's some more. It's still running in there. All right. Well, I'm almost through with this now. It's going to have to set for 24 hours to cure, dry and cure. Anyway, it's getting late. It's already dark. It's time to get on out of here in just a few more minutes. And I just want to say thank you all for watching.